we're off to do a podcast. It's going to be Dan versus Dan. We are actually going to film it in the poltergeist house. They've been kind enough to actually let us use their living room because it's been a bit rainy recently. We're not allowed to do any investigation there.
They've left the door open for us, apparently. What are you feeling?
I've got pain just there, to be honest. Right in my head.
So, do you believe that, you know, like people that when they go on these paranormal investigations, a lot of teams, they outright look for the dead. They claim that the thing is that they're getting is the dead.
I think the problem is it just feels like so many of those things are poorly defined. Like they don't say what. There's no agreed definition of what those things are. So when you say I'm looking for death, for argument's sake, or I'm saying I'm looking for it, those things mean two different things to both of us, and that's going to happen. You know, there's a group of 20. That's 20 different ideas of what they think they're looking for. So anything they think they find, they're going to attribute some, you know, their particular bias towards that idea.
People, because they don't know the truth, they don't know what it is, you know, what we're experiencing, they let their mind wander, and it's their interpretation of what they do. So people, like you say, people got different ways of what they think is communicating with the dead, holding hands, human pendulums.
You know, if you're going to an environment like that, you know, similar to what Dan said, there's a certain longing for a belief, if that's the right way to put it. Like he wants to believe in it. And the fact that you're going to these locations, you know, whether it's, you know, like a massive field or an abandoned hospital, there's going to be something about the elimination of one sense heightens the other. So the fact that you're not getting any light is going to naturally make your hearing and other, it's going to make you hypersensitive in other particular ways, which is going to accentuate whatever you experience.
For me, it's when I say things like, if you're here, can you make a noise? And then, I mean, something happens.
You could film that like 25 times, and if you didn't get it 23, but you got it that 124 for, you know, at some point during that journey.
The problem with science is they can't look at it because it's not exactly repeatable.
Nobody knows what it is. This is the problem. It's human nature. Is if you don't understand it, you make something, you dream it up. Now, one thing I was listening to when you said about senses, for me...
Fucking light just turned off.
Yeah.
It's upstairs. Oh, it's not. Which light was that? It's not that light.
The garage light.
The garage light. Something went bang as well.
I actually find that people who don't believe fascinating, and it kind of sounds like a reverse psychology, because I believe in everything, absolutely everything. I don't understand everything, and I don't want to understand everything, but I believe in it because it's what keeps me going. But I do, on the other hand, find it fascinating how people can't believe, especially when you've seen the stuff we've seen. I don't get it.
It's having a belief in some sort of paranormal thing, you know, albeit God or the afterlife, paranormal investigations. Like, what is it about that necessarily that if you didn't believe in that doesn't take away from life? Because I think that, you know, meaning in life can come in many, many different things, and in endless, you know, array of things. It could be bringing up a family, it could be you leaving a legacy on the world, it could be you leaving like artwork, it could be you I don't know, leaving the next coded program that will revolutionize man, whatever. Like, this meaning can be taken in anything. But the thing that I'd push back with yours saying is, like, when you say that you believe in everything, but that I suppose by default almost means not that you believe in nothing, but that there's no nothing's off limits. And that
I don't think he meant like everything in regards to, like, I don't know, something like this flying spaghetti monster.
No, sure,
right?
That's just absurd. That's
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? That's.
But yeah, no, I mean everything sort of like if you paranormal aliens, you know, I probably draw the lines at things like zombies and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know, that's just something man made on a film. But if you don't have something to believe in, what's the point? We're not.
You can believe in yourself.
Exactly, but we're not just here to work and pay bills. We're not here for that. We're here for greater purposes.
I suppose what the knockback I often get is when it comes to like the paranormal side of things, or things that are outside of what we rationally conceive. Like, there's so much in nature that we don't understand. There's so much in, you know, space, stars, like philosophical things. It could be
Dark energy.
Yeah, just the way the world works. I've scratched the surface of how the brain works. Let alone.
Well, this is what I mean for me personally. Like, I don't claim it's ghosts or the dead or the past, because I haven't got anything concrete on that.
Yeah.
I try and look at, like, well, what do we know? Like you're saying, all these weird, fascinating ideas of new things just within the past 21st century, dark energy and all this sort of stuff.
I wouldn't even say new stuff, just like old stuff, like just things around us, like plants. It could be the air. You know, it's.
But it's the idea of new findings, because I know a fair bit, and I know that, like, if that item there comes off of there and flies out that room, that is not normal, and I consider that, you know, I go, well, that's paranormal until someone gives me a reason otherwise.
Yeah.
I don't say it's a ghost. I go, well, paranormal until you can answer that.
You know, the fact that you don't understand it, does that mean it's a knowledge gap, or the fact that you've witnessed something potentially impossible? That's where kind of I'm at. Is it the fact that you don't have the knowledge to explain what's just happened?
Well, I don't. Sometimes I don't.
Lack knowledge to be something.
Sometimes I feel maybe I don't have the knowledge, and trust me, I go and tell people, and I ask people. Even you've heard me talk about stuff before. This is why I film things as well, because I'm happy to hear somebody go, this is a stack.
Like your lion at Bristol Zoo.
Yeah, like the lion at Bristol Zoo.
That there is exactly what you said about sensors. That is something implanted in there, because the trouble is, knowledge is fantastic. It's an amazing tool, and I don't deny that. But there's a point when knowledge stops, when you can't explain things.
There's some stuff that can't be explained.
But we as human beings have to automatically rationalise it, because we do not understand it.
What do you think?
That's good enough for me.
Ghost? Demon?
I don't need to know what it is.
Like, if your personal belief, like, like Snuff Mills, do you think it's June and Royston?
To me, I don't label it.
Okay.
Because I don't understand it. I'm just going, okay, that happened, and I just process it. I accept it.
What would you say, based on what I've told you, is because you know me, Newton. I'm not piss assing around.
If that's what you've witnessed firsthand, no one can argue against that. It doesn't matter what anyone says. You have experienced that. No one can take.
And
that
even
away
if
from
they
you.
turn around and go, "Well, it's in your head," I go, "Well, here's the footage."
Well, no, that's what I mean.
mean.
Yeah. So, you know, as to exactly what that is, fuck knows. I have no idea.
Yeah,
you know,
I know.
I wouldn't claim to
chuck out things as much as I can chuck out things as much as you can.
That's the problem. A believer doesn't. It's like I said to you in the very, very beginning. A believer doesn't need any proof. A non-believer, there's not enough proof that exists.
What do you think about that?
It's difficult because I'm open-minded to it. I'm not, you know, dismissing it, because there's so many things that I don't understand. I think we don't understand collectively.
Sometimes when a noise does happen, like, it's like, for me, it has to be something quite considerable before I go, that is something. So I'll hear it and I'll wait and I'll go, no, that's weird.
Well, I suppose, like, because I mean, if you're going to these sites, though, you're in a sort of suggestible mood, aren't you? Like, you wouldn't go to a quote-unquote haunted place to not experience something. Like, you want to go there to experience something.
When I first started going to these paid groups, a lot of it was mind manipulation, if I'm honest. Since I've been with these guys,
like other ghost groups, you mean? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since I've been with Haunted the Truth, I have basically eradicated the nonsense.
Okay.
And I just go with what I actually do feel.
Sure.
And I find things fascinating. It might sound like I'm going off topic a bit, but I find the human behaviour extremely fascinating. Now, to me, a skeptic, the word skeptic is a label. That means I categorically do not believe. But the thing is, you've not said you don't believe. You just said you like to understand. You want to gain knowledge. I
know they're two opposing things, but
that to me, that's good. That means there's hope. Whereas with me as well, I'm not one of these people. You'll see a lot of people do it. If you don't believe, you're going to burn in hell. go away, or I would probably use the word fuck off, because I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. You don't have to force your opinion on somebody else. But I respect your opinion. I respect your opinion. I respect Chris's opinion.
Yeah, just right.
I might not agree with it, but it's not for me to voice my opinion. Wise man was once said, opinions are like assholes, everyone's got one.
And they're usually full of shit.
Exactly.
And on that note, thanks for watching. If we've made it to the end, I think we have. If you've made it to the end, thank you so much. I don't know where this video is in the placement of all our other videos, so I don't know what's coming up next. So just wait and see, I suppose. Subscribe, like, and share. Thank you to Dan as our guest.
You've been fucking awesome.
And thank you for Danny. And Chris is the cameraman, of course.
Keep watching for more great footage.
It's probably come from upstairs, yeah.
We're about to sort of finish up. We were just chatting in general about our experiences afterwards.
What the fuck was that?
Anyway.
It's no joke.
I'm not saying.
Where the